Greg searches the body for something to make it all worthwhile. He finds a bag that appears empty, a magic bag that does beguile. We ask Zephyros of the offer made to him before. A pouch of powder he doth bring, Krill tastes the dust within, now he's flying without wings. He rises up into the eyrie to fetch a trophy from the birds. He gains the trust of every griffin with soothing touch and calming words. Back down he glides to join the party as Daboth curiously asks, what is this stuff he pries? Krill blows it in his eyes, and now he's paralyzed. Zephyros' necklace gains our heed. We ask him of the runes. They symbolize giants, our friend informs. Krill finds this opportune. A newfound skill of tattooing I acquire. Krill now looks much more cool in Dice and Desire.
Oh no, Dweezil says to you, Krill, I remember the rune vividly, and this version of the rune that I've done is actually much more accurate than the drawing that you did.
Can I have a persuasion from you and an insight from Sam, please?
Yeah, you can.
That's the one you said was plus 10 minimum, right?
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 10.
24.
Yeah. So Krill, despite his own mind, but like I say, because of the angle he's looking at it from, he can't really tell that it's not right.
Sam is fuming. Krill is fuming. Like, this is
Krill
not.
loves his new
this
tattoo.
is not what I expected.
Krill loves his new tattoo.
Sephiroth looks over and says, oh, "This is something."
Let's pretend his healing word just healed it completely and it just disappeared.
No,
It's disappeared,
that
didn't it?
No, you can't.
It's disappeared.
You can't just retcon that you got
No.
a tattoo. You wanted the fucking tattoo. You can't. Listen, right? This is a game about make believe, but it's not just do what you want make believe.
That's fine.
It's a case
just
of
never going in the character art. So
oh, I think it very much is. I've seen Stuart's artistic work off.
Yeah, we've all got
Podchaser, so
Photoshop, mate.
I think he's more than capable of drawing a drunken E and Y on you. Right. Anything else you want to do?
Zephyros.
Who wants a tattoo?
Innit, wasn't the agreement that I would go first?
Yeah, but we've all seen what he's done now, so we've all changed our minds.
Zephyros.
Yes, Quinch?
We've had a lovely several days with you.
Thank you.
One of my favourite bits was when we played strip poker. Do you remember that?
This is not my memory, but
You were very drunk.
Let us go with it, yes.
Seemed to lose, I think.
Right.
Well, I guess we were sort of the winners with that one. Anyway, it's been great, big fella, in more ways than one.
Thank you. This is quite. I must say, as we are approaching the end of this journey, if you do not mind, I must say that this is quite the unconventional group, and I am not. This is not what I am expecting when I'm looking for 5 adventurers to save the world. Yeah, you are.
You said we were foretold to be heroes. That's what you got.
Yes, I'm thinking this, and I'm not saying that I am questioning it. I'm just this is peculiar. You are quite the circus, if you will.
Sebastian, keep this in order.
Wait, say that again?
I'm saying that you are quite the circus.
That's an excellent name. Gentlemen,
Yeah.
are we the circus?
No, we're not. No.
From this day forth, we shall be known as the circus.
How do you spell this word? Krill.
I can't even spell krill. Frankly, let's.
I think you should get it tattooed on you. So
I
you're
think
a
yes.
member.
Let's seal this. Let's seal this with another tattoo, Krill.
Dweezil, light the candle.
I don't agree to that aspect. However, I do like the name. So from now on, the circus, it's agreed. Krill and the circus.
You've just instantly changed it.
Has Daboff come back to life yet?
He's still,
Yeah, this was several days ago.
still
Double.
white.
He's been playing with grease.
He's just sat on the floor.
Oh, we should have tattooed him.
Yeah. Wait. I'll pull out a pinch of dust and blow it in Dabble's face.
This one I do dodge, or try to dodge.
Oh, I think it looks like... Greg stood behind him.
Right.
Craig's already fucked up. He doesn't need to be more fucked up.
So, am I right in saying that this room is just filled with ink, blood, wax, powder,
And salty water as well,
Clothes.
don't forget.
Probably horse shit
Yeah.
as well. There's got
Grease.
4 horses in there.
yeah,
5 horses, sorry.
goat shit?
We've left this
Brilliant.
place like an Airbnb. We've just fucking ruined it.
Well, Airbnb sounds
Literally
very
an
fitting.
Yeah, literally.
Cloud B&B. With this, with you talking about the remnants in the room and the name of the circus, whether or not that sticks or not, Zaphiros is going to float up and basically sort of, before he makes his way, he says, I'm going to check where we are and see if we are nearing Triboar.
Suddenly we
And he
feel the
floats.
castle suddenly get faster where he's like, let's just fucking get there.
Let's just get to... He's 1 inch away from casting mass suggestion on the
And
five
just
of
say
you.
jump off the cloud.
Just fucking die or do not. And he goes up, and he's upstairs for a short moment. And is anything going on while he's upstairs?
Don't think so.
No.
Nah, you're right.
Awesome. And he floats back downstairs, and he says, "Gentlemen, from what I can see, we are only a few hours, if that, away from Triboar. I can see it in the distance, and I'm thinking that this is where we are going to part ways. Yeah, I think with everything that the giants are doing, it is probably best for you and for me if I do not take you to the doorway of Triboar. Should it create any political issues for you, let us say. Is this agreeable?
Yes, Zaphiros, that's completely understandable. Thank you very, very much for your hospitality. Thank you very, very much for your help in transporting us to Triboar. This would certainly have taken us much, much longer if we would have ridden on our horses all the way. We are terribly sorry that you had to witness the violence that you witnessed when those people invaded your castle. That's regrettable, but I'm sure I speak for everybody else and all of my friends when I say that that's the only regrettable thing about this experience. This has been a wonderful time. Thank you very much, Zaphiros.
This is fine, Dweezil. I am a pacifist, but I understand that sometimes, especially when you are dealing with such weighty matters, violence is needed. It is as they are saying, you cannot make an omelette without cracking a few eggs, yeah?
Bloody hell!
I've actually heard of that one.
Are you okay, Zaphiros? Are you
Yeah,
feeling quite well?
Yes, I'm fine. This is just a saying, yeah?
No, you said
One of
it
Zephyros's
wrong. You
old
said it
sayings,
wrong.
yes.
It's you can't make eggs without cracking a few omelettes. You got it the wrong way round.
I'm feeling that you are mocking me, Greg, and I am not liking it. It's not nice.
Zaphiros, after we have finished our journey, I would like to take you home to my war party and introduce you to my father. I feel like you would get on because you're both massive
What?
Weird. This
Quinch's mouth is just on the floor.
What?
I am. This is. I am thinking that this. I'm
Lost
speaking
in-
as a giant and
lost-
the
lost in
common, but
translation. Yes, it's very
I'm
much-
thinking that this is perhaps some sort of half orc word. Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
Quinch flies up
May I-
to...
May I say that you are all 5 fine then?
Hurrah!
Quinch flies up to Zephyros's face and reaches into his pocket and says, Zephyros, I'd like you to have something. And he hands him a rotten tooth. And he says, this is my favourite rotting tooth. I promise you that. This tooth has brought me nothing but the growing of friendship whilst it's been in my possession. I insist that you have it, and I won't hear otherwise, Zephyros. Do you have any gemstones?
No, I'm not seeing any gemstones. This is not something that I am into, the personal wealth. Perhaps where you're heading, there could be some sort of trader who would be willing to sell you some. Yes.
But what are you going to do? I'm going to give you the tooth anyway. What are you going to do with the tooth, just out of interest?
I'll be honest, I have almost already forgotten about it.
Well, don't forget. I'll give it a name so that you don't forget.
Okay.
This is Gombrus, the magic tooth.
Yes,
I
am...
I meant to say lucky, but I said magic.
What magic is it doing?
It brings you luck.
Well, luck we could all do with some of this. Thank you, Quinch. Thank you. I wish that I am having more gifts for all of you, but as I say, I am but a meager cloud giant. Perhaps if Krill doesn't piss it up all the wall, perhaps this dust could come in useful. If you do not just keep blowing it in each other's faces, yeah?
Each other's what? Each other's what?
The
Do it
faces.
in the accent?
The
Oh,
faces.
that's not what you said.
No,
I said the faces.
you said first. It's first.
It's the verses.
Blood in each other's faces.
You said you've not given us a big gift, but you've given us the gift of friendship.
So with all of this very confusing goodbye, where Zephyros is giving you a 10-day ride and one of you's called him a he's going to float up to the first floor and he's going to start moving the cloud down towards the ground. He's not going to take it. He's going to take it all the way down. Take it all the way down to the ground.
So we can get the horses off. Good lad.
Yeah, finds a clearing. The cloud lands close to the ground and allows you all to do as you will, whether you want to stay or go.
I whistle to Uno, mount him acrobatically, ride off out of the door, just turn one look to Zephyros, give him a wave, and then face the other way and leave the castle.
Goodbye, Dweezil. You seem to be the most eager to leave. Triboar is in that direction, and he points you north.
Excellent. I didn't hear him because I'd already gone.
Right. That's fine. He cast. He's got a level 8 spell called Talk to Dweezil.
Very specific.
Yeah. He's absolutely made up. He's actually met a Dweezil to talk to. The rest of you just following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch you on the flip side.
All of you, as you're leaving, Zephyros just sort of calls out to you and sort of says, "Farewell, travellers, and may the force be with you."
May the odds forever be in your favour.
Yes.
And my axe.
Krill walks over to
Right,
him,
so you-
grabs his axe back, and just sort of says, "My axe."
Once we get about sort of, 500 odd meters down the road, can I just quickly run back and put my head through the door and just say, sorry, after all this time, I didn't actually get your name. What's your name?
I'm Zaphiros, yes?
I'm Davov, and then I run back to the Greek.
And Zaphiros, while he's on his own, goes, "Oh, thank God I can take off that stupid fucking accent." Right. Okay, so you start riding towards Triboar, and it's worth saying that it's sort of the afternoon at this point of the day, and you're probably still a few miles out. He wanted to give you enough distance that it looked natural that you approached the city, and not that you'd just been dropped outside. I'm not sure how guards would necessarily have noticed that, but there you go. So you start riding, and as you're approaching the city, you can start seeing Triboar in the distance. Slightly bigger city than some of the others that you've seen. And as you're approaching, you see a cart heading towards you, away from Triboar, and heading in your direction.
Is there like a sentient creature leading it, or?
There is, so it's horse leading the cart, and then on the back of it is, yes, there's a humanoid.
Can we, as we get closer, can we discern what the humanoid is?
So yeah, roll me a perception check, please, Dweezil.
Yeah, that's a 13.
13. So as you're approaching, you can see that on the back of the horse is a gnome.
Oh, a little gnome.
Oh, he's so little, he's so tiny, so cute. And then I look at Dabo and like, oh, sorry.
We can always put him in our bag.
The cart's still sort of like heading towards you, and as it's getting closer, you see the horse start to pull up a little bit and slow down, and the gnome sort of jump off the back of the horse and go sort of like running, scuttering around the back of the cart. And when I say a cart, it's worth noting I'm not talking about like an open back cart. This is more like a caravan, I guess, in size. It's sort of like big and hunched over. It's like essentially about sort of 10 foot off the ground as the top of the roof.
Okay.
So what are you doing? You going to approach?
Oh, definitely approaching it.
Yeah, I'll shout a welcome. Hail, fellow. We are friends. Please don't be alarmed. Are we close to Triboar?
Straight out of one accent, straight into another. Well, look at this group of misfits and mismatches. If I did no better, and I do, I'd reckon you were a bunch of adventurers looking for trouble and coin in that order. Am I right?
Oh, you are correct, sir, that we are adventurers, but certainly not looking for trouble and coin. We're looking for, surprise, surprise, adventure. Who are you, sir? My name is Dweezil Vanzaphir.
Hello, Dweezil. Nice to meet you. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. And he goes over to the side of the cart and he bangs on the door, and it sort of like clicks inwards, and then just there's like two doors on the side of this cart which fly open, and inside, who's closest at this point? Dweezil?
I think it sounded like Greg was moving forwards as well. I would imagine myself and Greg are reasonably far forwards.
Tandem.
Right, the pair of you then roll me a perception check.
14.
I've got 16 plus whatever my perception is. I think it's 2. Yeah, plus 2, so 18.
18. Okay, so Greg noticed this more, and probably given his background, he sees that this.
Oh, it's a prostitute van.
This thing is littered.
It's a Brista van. Come on.
The doors, the walls, like the whole thing is basically littered with various containers of fluids, whether that is cups, beakers, vials. It's just absolutely the whole thing. It's just fluids everywhere, I believe is a saying that someone said.
Gregor was hoping it was a brothel on wheels, aka a whore by whore.
Why don't you come over here and check out my exciting elixirs? Delightful. Oh, the accent's gone already. Carries on. Well, why don't you come over here and check out my exciting elixirs, delightful decoctions, and powerful potions. Yes, I have potions of healing. Yes, I have water breathing, but I've got a few secret brews you won't find in a Lion Shield Costa or any other marketplace. I'm an experimentor, and I've got a few things you'll have not seen before, so why not let do good for you. My name is Geordie Do Good. How are you all?
Oh, Mr. Do-Good, tell us about what you have here.
Well, I'm just, like I say, I'm an experimenter of the fine vials and containers of potions and fluids. I have got things you would not believe.
If I were to ask you to show me the one potion that you are most proud of, what would you wish to show me?
Well, I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, and he spots you. Have you got an instrument? You have, haven't you?
Yeah,
You've got a drum.
Yeah.
Drum. So he spots your drum and he says, drum. Am I thinking that you're perhaps a bard?
Bard of bards, sir. Dweezil Vanzaphir.
Dweezil Vanzaphir. And he says, I think I've heard of you.
Tales. Well, the thing is, sir, I am a teller of tales. I am a storyteller. But the great irony is that tales of my renown spread further than my own tales. One has become bigger than my own art.
And this is why you're such a bard of bard, because you can tell a tale bigger than yourself. I'm thinking though that as good as you are, I don't deal with you. You know yourself. You don't have the Song of Songs, do you? It's all about the moment. It's all about the experience. It's all about the, in the middle of things. You've got to pick the right song for the right thing. And I'm looking at you and I'm seeing a bard and I'm thinking, this man here, he'd like a potion of performance.
Tell me about this potion of performance, sir.
Potion of performance? Glad you asked. It's something you can take, and for the next 10 minutes, every performance check will succeed. If performance checks are a thing mechanically in this world.
How much would such a potion cost a man?
So at this point, he sort of like takes a big sort of suck in, as most traders do, and sort of like he's trying to work you, obviously.
Ooh, that's a big job.
And you notice at this point that there's this gnome, and he's quite well dressed, but like not actually that well dressed. Like he looks better than he thinks he looks better than he actually is. He's just like sort of everything fits him, but at the same time just doesn't look right on him. He says, I'm thinking probably about 75 gold pieces.
Gregomel, my friend.
Yes, hello.
Can you imagine a situation whereby a bard of renown like myself, I mean, we've travelled together for some considerable time, and have you ever come across a bard who can match me in any way? No, you haven't.
No, definitely not.
Imagine if the name Dweezil Vanzaphir were to become associated with the name Geordie Do-Good. Perhaps a performance, Dweezil Vanzaphir, Geordie Do-Good presents Dweezil Vanzaphir. I can imagine that. I can imagine that.
Your name on the potion, you're thinking, to make people think they can be as good as you?
Imagine Dweezil Vanzaphir by Geordie Do-Good. Imagine how much better that potion would sell.
Performance enhancers.
Oh. Imagine, Geordie, if we were to come to some kind of arrangement where I were to take one of your potions of performance for a lesser amount, and you could use my name to sell your potions, to market your potion of performance.
It's definitely all about endorsements nowadays.
But
that's how it works.
This is the second time in the campaign we've bargained for exposure.
Can you roll me a persuasion check, please, then with your +10?
Let's get a good
big
dice
dick
out.
Roll out.
That is I've used the dice that I can't read. That's a 28.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ, that's such... This is like the highest number we've ever seen. It's insane.
Well, then that's quite the offer, that is. I mean, to put a bard to my potion. I mean, I'm quite proud of the potion I've got, and I don't think it really needs endorsement, but at the same time, it certainly doesn't help, it certainly doesn't harm it. Let me have a little think and a little ponder on that. Let me talk to the rest of your crew, if I may. And he sort of, so the other three of you, have you sort of hung back?
I've moved up to listen to this sales pitch.
Okey-dokey.
Absolutely. You would do well, Mr. Dogood, to talk to my friends.
It's not a hard no by any means. Just give me a moment. Let me talk to your colleagues. That's all. And he goes walking over and he slaps Krill on the thigh. And he says, "Hello there, big guy. How's it going? My name's Geordie Dogood. I don't know if you heard, but I've got quite an array of potions back here."
My name is Krill Tazula, son of Rule Tazula. It is certainly an experience to meet you.
Where's Quinch at this point?
He's just at the back. He's
at the back.
He's listening in. He's not far away by any means. He just happens to be standing behind the others.
Okay. So as you're saying this, Krill, he looks at you and he goes, "Yeah, I could tell you're quite the strong boy. I can imagine you can handle yourself in a fight." And he sort of looks around the corner and he goes, "But at the same time, I can see there's another strong boy in here. And but I can see he's got wings. I imagine a big strong guy like you don't need much strength, do you? You probably want a bit of what he's got, haven't you? You probably want to fly a little bit, right?"
What are you offering?
Well, I'm just saying I could quite reasonably give you a potion of flying.
What does it do?
I can see you've not worked your way around potions before. It's a potion that can help you fly, surprisingly.
In more specific details.
Your feet leave the ground, and for a little while you are hovering and
How long
flying.
is the little while?
10 minutes?
Been there, done that. Spent 20 minutes flying around the castle. Got these griffin feathers. Pretty cool, right?
Okay.
Wait.
If you don't.
Wait.
No. He's moved. No, he's moved on.
Price?
He can
What's
tell
the price?
He can tell a tough sell, and he's moved on.
He grabs the gnome and asks him for the price.
I think the price just doubled, didn't it?
It's not started well. He's tried to get between your legs. He's literally tried to nutmeg you to get through to the people behind
Gets
you.
knocked out by my massive weapon.
Can I have a strength check as you try to grapple him then?
He's had a potion of strength, hasn't he, this gnome?
Alright, he probably does flip me a natural one.
Natural one. So you go, and you don't. It's not so much about the strength; it's just about your speed and your dexterity. And unfortunately, he's a small guy. You're used to trying to grapple bigger things, and he just, let's put it this way: only a few hours ago, you were dealing with a 24-foot giant. Now you're trying to deal with a 3-foot gnome, and you've got your sighting all off, and he's gone, and he's skidded through, and he goes running over to Quinch. He goes, "I see here we got another big one. How are you doing? My name's Geordie Dogood, and this is my cart here with all the potions. You've probably heard of me."
Yes, I heard of you.
Excellent. Now, let me ask you. I can see you got the wigs, and I can see that you're another one of the big guys in this group. But I'm looking at the other green guy, and I'm thinking he's a little bit bigger, and he's a little bit stronger than you. Bet that pisses you off a little bit. I bet you'd like to be stronger.
He's more intimidating too. He's even got tattoos now.
I noticed. It's what is the E and Y? He said his name is Krill, but I didn't think Krill had an E and a Y in it.
I thought it was something to do with his cousin or something. I'm not sure.
Right. And he turns around and he goes, "Oi, Greenie."
Yeah. Did you have a price for me?
In a minute, sunshine. What's that on your hand there?
On my what?
On your hand?
Do you mean my gauntlet?
Yeah, your gauntlet.
My gauntlet of ogre strength. I won it in a tournament.
And he's got his back to Quinch, and he sort of just turns up and looks at Quinch sort of over the top of his over the top of his head essentially, and he sort of then just knees him in the leg, and he goes, "Ogre strength, eh? Yeah, it's not bad, but I guess it's no hill giant strength though, is it?" And he turns around to Quinch and says, "How would you like a potion of hill giant strength?"
Belt, and I was going to absolutely flip the table.
How much?
Well, for you, I can see you're an adventurer of quite the renown, and I'm thinking 100 gold pieces. That's quite a good offer, if I'm honest.
Is that Dweezil Vanzaphir certified?
Dweezil's a performer. I don't think he's a strength man.
But his tail telling certifies the quality of. It's a bit like Trustpilot.
Well, he has tried to knock me down on the price on another potion, but
No, I'm not asking you to have the price knocked down. I'm saying if that was Dweezil Vanzaphir certified, then that's a very fair price.
let's and he's gonna actually roll a persuasion against you. With his mighty 23. And he says, yeah, it's I think Dweezil could sign off on this, yeah.
Dweezil,
Quinch?
are you keeping all of our money?
I keep the money that I'm given, Quinch.
How much have you got?
Very, very little.
Geordie,
Yes.
is there anything you consider of value that isn't money?
There's a lot of things that are valuable that aren't money.
Like what?
Items, gems,
Friendship.
jewellery.
I have got jewellery.
Have you now?
Yes, I've got 2 pieces of jewellery.
Interesting. Let me. I'll tell you what. And you just have a little think about that. I'm just going to have a quick chat to this little one over here. And he walks over to Daboff, and he says, and suddenly slips into gnomish. How's it going there, little guy? I can see you back here. You're just hiding. I can see you. Yeah. I can see that you're the real brains of this outfit. You want to slink at the back here, but I can understand that you run these guys. I can understand you.
Just seeing how things play out.
I understand. I get it. We're gnomes. We're both gnomes. I get it. We're both the brains of our respective outfits. I mean, I've only got the horse to be fighting against, but I can tell really that you're the driving force behind this group. Isn't that right?
I'd like to think so. What have you got for me?
Well, you might be the brains, but no disrespect, and I know this from personal experience. You're a weak fella, and I can imagine you're a little bit scared of the old getting damaged in a fight. So I can always give you a potion of protection.
What sort of protection?
Well, it gives you for an hour. Give you resistance. Not for an hour. For 10 minutes, it'll give you resistance on all damage.
Okay. How much? For a fellow gnome.
I can see what you're doing. That's why I came over to you. I know you're the brains. I know what you're trying to do there, fella. The name's Geordie Dogood, by the way. I didn't introduce myself. Potion of protection. Well, it's quite a big one, really. I think we're probably looking at about 125 gold pieces for one of these. But I think you've got to agree that's quite good for keeping you out of trouble for 10 minutes.
I've done all right so far. What's the lowest you can go?
124.
It's a bit steep.
Just bear in mind, that's 12.5 grand.
or 1.6 bear outfits. Well, actually 3 bear outfits at this rate. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
He is just ruminate on it. I've just realised there's one more of your group I've not had a chat with. So you just think about it, little man.
I will do.
Patronising as it is that he's calling you little man despite being the same height as you. And finally he walks up to Gregor and says, now, don't take this the wrong way, old guy, but I'm looking around here and we've got a couple of big boys there. We've got a bard here who's probably handles himself in a fight. We've got a little guy over there who seems to be the brains, but please don't take this as wrong. But what's an old man like you doing with these guys?
Don't take me for some conjurer of tricks. I know you're trying to rob me.
Oh, I don't think I'm trying to rob you. I'm just trying to give you something. But listen to me. You said they're a conjurer. Am I right in saying that you're of the magic persuasion?
Well, I am probably the finest sorcerer in this whole godforsaken country.
Interesting. And he looks over at Dweezil and he sort of like raises his eyebrows as if like, okay, this old guy's lost it. Right, so you say you're the greatest sorcerer of all time. Now, let me think. don't take this the wrong way, but I'm guessing you've been around a bit. You've probably lost your memory a little bit. If you're anything, you remind me a little bit of my grandpapa. And he, when he got to about your age, he started, making things up. He started losing his mind a little bit. Started imagining things that happened that hadn't. Does that starting to sound a little bit familiar to me?
I am Gregor Wallows. I do not make stories up.
Okay, but are you concerned about your memory at all, there, sir?
Well, possibly in the future, but not right now. Let me tell you.
Right. Listen, you do remind me of my grandpappy, and he was a lovely guy, and he kept forgetting things, and I cannot, it all went a bit south for him in the end, and I just cannot let that happen to someone else. So, and he beckons you down. Right, now listen, don't tell the rest of this. I shouldn't really be doing this, but I've got something here. It's a bit experimental, right? And it's a potion of memory, and it can help you bring back some of your memories. Now, I know you're probably quite a proud guy, and you don't really want these guys thinking that you've lost it. So I can give you this for free. Okay, I can give you this for free to make sure that you're okay. But it has to come with another purchase. As long as your guys purchase at least one of the potions today, I can let you have this for free.
If you've got a potion of healing, I would personally take one of those.
Well, why didn't you say so? Of course we've got potions of healing. What kind of potion salesman would I be if I didn't have a potion of healing? I'm just highlighting these other ones for your fine friends, just because that's what I think they might want. But if you want a potion of healing, I can do you a potion of healing.
Let me know you. If you knew the circus, you'd know we would need potions of healing.
The circus? What are the circus?
I don't know. That's what the big green guy calls us.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I could do you a potion of healing. I could do you a nice potion of healing for like. He looks back and he says, "Well, I've got quite a few in stock here because it's quite a commonplace thing. People like to have these, but I could do you one for 40 gold pieces for a potion of healing."
I mean, since you're doing me a solid on the other thing, I suppose 40 isn't too bad. Very well, sir. Do good. You have yourself a deal.
Wonderful. So that's one potion of healing. Do any of you fine gentlemen want anything else? I do have other potions if you got anything in mind. I'm just trying to cater to you.
How much did you want for the Krill's potion of flight, Mr. Dogood?
Potion of flight, 75 gold pieces as well.
So, if I'm correct, you've offered potions to the value of 415 gold pieces.
If you say so, I'm not really a numbers guy, I'm a potions guy.
If I were to stick another couple of potions of healing onto this, I've got a beautiful gold necklace here that I think would look absolutely magnificent on you. That I believe would be a fair trade for those potions.
My goodness, let's have a look at the necklace then. I mean, listen, I know you're the bard of bard, you tell a story, don't you? And I'm slightly concerned you're going to tell me a story about this necklace and you're going to tell me that it's worth 500 gold pieces when actually it's a load of old shit.
I'm not going to lie to you, sir. The monetary value of this necklace is not 500 gold pieces. The monetary value of this necklace is, though, a substantial amount. This gold necklace, the gold of this necklace is worth, I would say, I'm not a jeweler myself, but my friend Daboff has looked at this for me, and he's more familiar with fine objects. Dweezil has a little chuckle to himself because he obviously the word fine object. I'm thinking about wanking machines, and the gold in this necklace is probably worth around 250 gold pieces, but the necklace, the story that comes with this necklace. This necklace was given to me by a noble lady. We were in the town of Nightstone some weeks ago, when the town was beset by cloud giants. They attacked the town. The townsfolk were unwilling to defend themselves against the cloud giants, but thankfully, on that day, the circus had come to town. 5 brave adventurers strolled into Nightstone. The cloud giants came above the town in their flying castles, riding their clouds, throwing huge great boulders from the sky, destroying buildings, crushing people in one fell swoop. One of these people was the noble lady of the town. She was trapped under a rock thrown by the giants. The Lady Nandar, I'm sure you've heard of her.
A tear falls down Quinch's face.
The lady Nandar's guards and handmaidens tried to no avail to free her. They were unable to, until the two strong men you see before you, Krill Tazula and Quinch, the bringer of omens, were able to, through a tremendous feat of not only strength but also cooperation, were able to lift the boulder from the lady's leg. To me, said Quinch. To you, said Krill. And the boulder was lifted. I then scooped up the lady in my arms and carried her to safety away from the danger. This sounds like a story with a happy ending, but my dear friend, this is not a happy ending. The lady was safe, was out from under the stone, but the wounds that she had suffered were fatal, and she died in my arms. And the very last thing she said to me was, "Dweezil Vanzaphir, you are the most beautiful half-elf bard I have ever seen. The only thing that I have ever known that could compare to your beauty is this." And with that, she pulled a very fine gold necklace from her neck and said, "Dweezil, my life, my light may be extinguished, but it will give me solace to know that in some way I will live on through your beauty." And she gave me this gold necklace, and that, my good sir, is what I am offering to you. Yes, the necklace, but also the tail.
Krill is visibly crying like a small child. He's like burying his head into Quinch's shoulder, just crying at the story. Doesn't actually remember what actually happened, but it was convincing enough that is now how Krill remembers it.
Am I close enough that I heard any of that?
Oh, I will say it quite loudly.
I'm going to go over and just whispering, but loud enough so that the other gnome can hear. So kind of whispering, but not really. Just say to Dweezil, "No, we can't give that away. That's going to be worth so much when we get to the next town. What the fuck are you thinking?" And then, in a half-assed attempt to convince him not to sell it, but more of a performance for the other gnome to establish value.
Oh, you said the P word now,
right?
You?
Yeah, performance from Davor, please.
Should have used that potion, mate.
Performance, okie dokie. Performance, that is 14.
14. Okay, so it's not a fail, but it's not a success either. Dweezil, can you then give me a deception then, please?
That is a 15.
15. He buys it. He's going to... that's quite the story there. I can tell why you're quite the bard of bards, as you call it. I'll have to confess now, Dweezil. I do apologise. I haven't actually heard of you. It was just a sales technique, just to try and get you to buy some things, and it sounds like you're going to. So I'm willing to, on this occasion, take that fine necklace there from you, because it sounds like it is quite worth a thing. Because you can tell a story, but I don't think you can tell a story that good. Otherwise, I would have heard of you. So I'm going to take that necklace, and I'm going to let you have these potions.
Thank you for joining us on our adventures. Please subscribe and leave a review on whichever platform you listen to podcasts through. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at Dyson Desire, where we share behind the scenes bits and bobs, and we'd love to interact with you there.
Oh, there, sailor. Yes, I'm talking to you. Do you yearn for high seas adventure and piratical mayhem at the roll of a D20.
Yes, I'll just toss you your shirt. Very sassy.
No, I drink beer and I fart in my sleep.
Now that I've got your attention with sex, here
welcome to my pub, the Wizard's Sleeve.
It's still a cow that I'm gonna get in a bag. Do you know how big a cow is?
Don't put gold in your ass. That's not the catchphrase we were looking for.
It is one that we often use at this group,
Enough
though.
about where you keep your secret stuff.
It's not in my anus. Stop it.
Then sign your name in blood. Join the Rovers and your crew on their adventures every Wednesday, wherever you find podcasts.